Alright, welcome to Chatter Time, episode 7. And wait. Okay, and today I'm gonna talk about my coding learning, you know, because uh, in the past weeks, I, I mean, week, I've been learning coding. Start with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python. But it's not like deep learning about those kind of things, but I just learning the basic of all of those. And that's pretty hard because it's not my major and I not learning academically. And yeah, it's pretty hard, but I just curious to learn it. Like I just want to be able to make a program to do some things that I desire, you know. Mm, and yeah, and today I will just like describing all those of things that I learned. And yeah, maybe it will be practice my English. I don't know. Let's find out. So the first thing I learned in this programming things is HTML, and that is basic for everyone who learn or new to programming the HTML things. And yeah, HTML is basically coupled with CSS or JavaScript to build a website, or yeah, website I think. And yeah, the part of HTML is it's build the like uh, structure of the website itself, and CSS is mean to make the structure itself more what it's called more interesting, with adding colors or sizing or position or anything. Yeah, basically CSS is dealing with the visual things of the website itself, and HTML is dealing with the structure of the website itself. And yeah, I learned it from the website called freecodercamp.org, and it's very helpful for me because I just be able to make my own personal website. But instead, if I mean, even if offline, I can build the interesting website, and yeah, and I just build it with the HTML and CSS. It's different with when I'm dealing with the JavaScript because it's very hard, because in JavaScript and Python it's is more like programming things, like literally programming, because in HTML and CSS you just kind of throwing something, like you build the element, you give it color, you decide the position or and anything else. But in the JavaScript or Python, I think I will focus on JavaScript right now, because HTML and CSS is usually combined with JavaScript, and I don't know about Python. I don't know how it's combined with anything programming things, because I just learned like the coding itself, like how to build the machine to find this word on this paragraph or file, or maybe text files. And yeah, I just learned that. Back to the topic with CSS and HTML. It's easy to build your website if you just knowing the basic. Like you can just build the elements, like a lot of elements like the box, the text itself, the link, the image, and anything else. And with CSS, it easy to adding some colors, uh, shadow, like outlines, like anything. But if you build like the what is called interactive website, that if that the client can submit something else, uh, or the object can move, or animation or such thing, you need to JavaScript to make that things happen, because yeah, it's deal with some programmatic things that I haven't uh, learned enough, because yeah, as long as I learn this JavaScript, I cannot making something that I want to realize. Like I just want, like for example, let me give you an example. Like I just want to build this, like a checkbox and a text input. So I just want to text input is disabled when checkbox isn't checked, you know. But if checkbox is checked, the text field is available for you to type. And that's just the thing. Simple like that is fucking uh, hard to make. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that is how hard is programming things. I think in this my current, what is called current situation, because when you learn JavaScript, you not directly learn the interactive module of how to make these things happen, like how this move, how this blah blah blah. But you kind of uh, learn is the mechanism of the JavaScript itself, like how to build a variables, how to do algebraic what is called algebraic things. I don't know how to use operators, how to use if statement or while or for, and many more else. Uh, that's the point. It's hard to to learn JavaScript, because this kind of introduction is like a lot, and when you like entering the capture of how to make this website more interactive JavaScript, you kind of like just forgetting all these introduction things you have learned in previous chapter. And that is the things that's what I feel when I trying to use JavaScript, or maybe Python, or maybe Python, because Python itself is like looks similar to JavaScript, but it more more simple than JavaScript. The point is, because if you want to make a variable in JavaScript, you need to state var in the the first. The variable is must define as var, but in Python you just cannot directly type it, like example x equal to 10. But in JavaScript you need to state with var space x space equal space 10. Like that's a lot of step. And yeah, that's kind of difference of JavaScript and Python. And the thing is, and the problem that I been had right now is I want to make this JavaScript to do this logical programmatic in HTML and CSS, and it's called the DOM. I don't know, JavaScript DOM or HTML DOM, I don't know. But the point is that it's hard to learning again. and and applied what we learned in chapter introduction to this applied programmatically on HTML and CSS. Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been 10 minutes. But anyway, keep going on. And yeah, but I haven't like tell about what my purpose in this programming things. And I mean, I think I have mentioned that. I just want to like solve the problem that I've been through with this machine here. Is computer with programming language that can simplify my problem, because in my major chemical engineer there is a lot of calculation and problem and blah blah blah, and it just solved with MATLAB, which is a little bit manually way, because you need to like build your code. Build your calculation, build your, I don't know. The point is, it's not simple to use MATLAB in this calculation. It's simple, but I think I can more simplify it with programming things if I can do that. And the other things is I want to build like this simulation program that can simulate a plan that's maybe useful. Like I want to like make an AI that can help the process things and so on. But yeah, it's pretty long journey for me to learn kind of that, but it's okay. I can deal with it. I need more patience, because recently I just lost my patience, because I wanna like learn things like pretty fast, but and the reality is you need time to understand something. You can learn something like really fast, like for sure, because I have do this Python learning. I done like 2 chapters. Three chapters in a day, but it's work like for real. I understand enough, but in a long period I just kind of like forget all things I have learned, because I just like learn and go away. It's I not use it like for daily purpose, and it's just fly away from my head. And that's the thing, is things need time to be more understandable. And yeah, I think that is for this episode. I think I described a lot for these programming things. I don't know if, honestly, I don't know if it will be work or not, if I can build this AI or simulation programs things. I just don't know. I not guarantee I will make it. I just use my free time to doing more productive with this programming language, or maybe I can get a job with this programming things. Like front end developer or such a thing of that. I don't know what it's called in many division maybe, but that's the point. I just want to like having a job that just sitting on the desk in front of the computer, making something with it. And yeah, I think that's a more dream job for me. Yeah, okay, maybe that's all for this 7th episode. See you next time. Thank you for listening my chitty chat chatter time. Okay, bye.